gonna say, like, I know I wasn't part of the last interview because, man, we only got 4 mics in this building, man. And so I sacrificed my mic to make sure the guest was gonna be able to make sure they had a mic, and I definitely wanted Ryan and Keys to be a part of it, man, and everything. But man, I'm definitely back in the building. And what I love is this whole time, Keys is telling me, man, you should freestyle over this beat. Let me play it for y'all. Y'all ain't gonna even get it because it ended. See, look at that. You see how that works? Y'all ain't getting no freestyle.
You lucky though, because you had a whole minute and some change to go crazy, but you really
don't. Man, because I leave that to people like you. But it's Fusion Radio, man. Brian Stinson, YTS Keys, man. My brother Ryan, man. Ryan, shout out your clothing line, man. And real quick before we get into it with Stardom, man, who was really dope and everything, man. Man, Ryan been making moves, man. Low key, Ryan hang out with all the Chicago stars. All you gotta do is just follow his, like, low key. Man, he with the DCG brothers, man, he with PGF. No, I mean, he's with everybody. So shout out the clothing line and tell people how they can follow you, man, before we jump into it with Stardom.
Well, the name of my clothing line is Melora. That's MELIORA, Melora Clothing. You can find us on Instagram at _MELIORA Clothing. Or my personal Instagram is Ryan5_Pineo, which is RYAN5_FINAO.
So Stardom is here, man. No stranger to Fusion Radio, man. Last time she was here, man, we got to talking about White Castles, a bunch of different stuff, and everything, and she actually converted somebody that wasn't a White Castles bumper over to White Castles. So you see the things I pull out in interviews that I remember.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She. No, it wasn't me. It was somebody else that was here. It's no longer part of the picture. That she converted. He became a white man. Why was I going to say White Sox lover?
A Castle King.
I think it's because we right around the corner from where the White Sox play. I'm going to say she converted him over to a White Sox lover. No, he's not a White Sox lover. She converted him over to White Castles.
I made him a Castle King.
Yeah.
It'd be like that though.
And so you're here, radio personality, CEO of your own radio station, artist, some of everything. And so I know the story as far as how Iconic Radio started, but Ryan and Keith don't know. And I want you to share that because to go from being an artist to saying, man, not only am I going to provide a space for my music to be heard, but I'm going to provide a spot for other people to be spotlighted, I think is phenomenal. So if you just tell us the story on what inspired you to become a radio personality and then take it to the next level and actually become the CEO of your own radio station.
Yes. Okay. Ryan and Keith, I'm finna put y'all on game, but before I do that, let me give quick shout outs. First of all, shout out to you, B. I've been rocking with Brian for like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. And I remember my very first time coming on here, it was with, do you remember who was on here?
Yeah.
Who?
We acted a complete fool. Folks was beating on the table and everything, man. They thought we was back at the lunchroom back in the day. Folks were getting ready to do some beats or something.
Yes.
Y'all be laughing at me, man. I'm telling you, I remember
it's real.
These things.
It's
man.
real.
I remember these things when folks beating on the, we ain't had nobody that was gonna beatbox enough, but you know what I'm saying. We didn't have the whole beating on the table thing. I'm just saying. Why you put your head on the mic and stop laughing at me?
I remember beatboxing on the tables in school too, though.
See?
Yeah, most definitely. It was my bro K-Easy. K-Easy was here. We went crazy. And it's just crazy going back in time. But yeah, for those of you who don't know me, hey, it's your girl Stardom. I am a rapper, actress, model, CEO of the Iconic Radio Show. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm like the jack of all trades. I'm a former teacher. I just recently went back to teaching as well. So it's like I'm doing everything at once.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's so crazy.
Talk to me nice.
When I first got in tune with her though, I didn't know you make music and stuff like that. I just knew you from like being a radio personality and stuff like that. So now it made me kind of excited now because you got a song here for us to hit. So now we gonna get into that later though. But just talk to me about the artist aspect though. Like what made you want to be an artist and what made you get into it and stuff like that.
Okay, Keith. The crazy thing is, a lot of people don't know I actually do music. A lot of people, they just see me, they like, boom, she too nice, she too happy to get serious, you know what I'm saying? Or they put this perception on me to do a certain type of music, like a happy pop, go lucky, but it's like, no, I really get hood on them. But it depends, don't let it. I said that too happy. Look, I really get hood on them, like I could go there. But it just depends, like how my girl Via Drake said, I am open, I'm versatile. And shout out to the iconic radio show promo team as well. Trosh, Via Drake, shout out to Shade. Like I started doing music when I was 9 years old. Yeah, I got nothing but brothers. Got one sister, nothing but all brothers. So they were doing music as well. And just watching them growing up, it was exciting. Like my brothers, they freestyle, like they go to different places. I saw them go against the coldest of the coldest. And it's just something that I wanted to incorporate in my life as well. So yeah, I started when I was about 9 years old, full on rapper. Then I got into singing a little bit. And then I want to say about maybe 6 years ago, I finally got into radio. But the hard thing is, Keith, look, like I said, I'm a former educator, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine your teacher being a rapper. Right, though? So imagine your teacher being a rapper. That conversion was real, but that's why I started my own radio show. That's what introduced me to radio, because I get to control my environment. I get to control the people I'm with. I get to interview so many different types of artists and choose who I want to feature and do songs with. And that's the beautiful thing.
That's cold though. No, you kind of just threw me for a loop though, because I started thinking about if I had a teacher that was a rapper on the low key tip. That's low key kind of funny though. But so like you say 6 years ago you transitioned to radio, like
yeah.
So was it more so because you was teaching, or like what really made you want to go into radio though?
Teaching in my kids. It didn't feel right being a mama and I'm trying to be thuggish and I'm talking about all this and that, trying to get on my city girls. So I'm like, I got to do something different. I still want to be in the entertainment industry, but I want to make it like my own type of wave. You know what I mean? So I kind of converted over to radio. When I first started, I always knew I loved to talk. But when I first started, I was real nervous, y'all. Like, when I'm in y'all seats, take me back about 6 years, I'm sitting here with a whole bunch of papers like, yeah, so what's your name? What do you like to do? What's your favorite color? You know what I mean? But it's more of a conversation. As years went on, it became natural for me. And I love to not have my artists come in somewhat polished. Like, just relax. I don't care if this was your first interview or your 53rd. Like, just have a conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to look down at that paper once. Look at me. But for real, though, that's what's going to teach you to get there. And I appreciate it. I appreciate this opportunity coming on the show. It's lit every time Brian has me come on.
Oh, most definitely. Like Felice said, that's the real goal right there. Like, I always try to tell, but, like, you don't understand the power in what you actually doing. You giving local artists and underground artists a platform to actually show who they are and show their talent and stuff like that. That's why, like, low-key, that's what made me want to be a part of this show. Because it was like, I came on this show, you feel me? And I felt like he really embraced me. He showed me, like, it felt like family. So I'm like, man, I want to do this. I want to try to be a radio personality. And so I've been doing it for a couple months, though. It's been decent. But it's like, I really respect what y'all do, though. You feel me? Like, actually seeing what y'all do, because that's what made me tap in with you, because I'm steady seeing the different guests and the different artists that's coming on your platform. I'm like, man, she's doing her thing. I need to get on there. I'm an artist trying to get to a certain point, so I need to tap in with her.
Most definitely, hit me up. I want to say this, though. Y'all to go, because on my show, this back-to-back interviewing, how y'all been doing? Bravo, because look, somebody would have to give me 15. Like, baby, I'm going to get you in a minute. Nah, I need a water break. Y'all to go, though. I appreciate it.
So take us through, like, your writing process.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm good.
You good? It's crazy because I chicken scratch. That's the way I write. I don't sit up here and conduct the whole song. I kind of like freestyle as I go. I will pause the track, write something else real quick, and then hit record and keep doing it. I don't know. I've just always been that way. I do it how I feel, and I just let it flow.
So you more so like just feel the music when you record it?
Yeah. I would say like a cheater freestyler. I put it like that. Yeah.
Oh, you go bar for bar. Like
yeah, bar for bar. Yep.
Well, that's not even really like cheating though. That's like, well, we call it punching in. You feel me?
Punching in.
Punching in. Like you might say so much and then you stop right there and then try to come up with something else and then you punch in from wherever you left off at.
Yep. And that's another reason why I started recording my own music, because they got tired of me, bro. Like, they like, look, how long this gonna take you, right? Bar for bar, I got something to do. So I just started recording my own music, and I encourage every artist to at least try. YouTube can be your best friend. At least try to learn how to record your own music. And it saves a lot of money, too.
No, just about to ask, how was the process of like recording your own music?
Yeah, I started recording my own music probably about 10 years ago. I started recording myself, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm comfortable. I feel like if I don't like a way certain bar sounds, especially on the singing side, because shout out to all my singers, y'all already know y'all gotta play with that auto-tune, this, that, and the third. A lot of these producers, they're impatient and they want to just roll with it, and they will mess up your song and you spending your quality time and money. So I just like how I get to really take my time on stuff and just put my best effort into my craft every single time.
I like how you put that though, and to bounce off that, a lot of producers want you to sound how they want you to sound.
Ooh,
you feel me? They don't take the time to actually figure out what's your sound and what's the best way for you to sound on that specific track. Yeah. Because some, like, you know, always sound the same on every track. But a lot of people just, okay, it's 50 an hour, I just want the 50 an hour. They don't really care about the music aspect. Like, a lot of people just don't care about the culture and the actual music. They just want the money behind it.
Yeah, like, take that high C note off me, baby. I don't sound like Mariah Carey. I'm deep like Lauryn Hill. You feel me? Like, you can't do that to me. So I definitely understand that.
I feel like that comes with the passion, too. You're not just doing it for the money. Like, you actually passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, like, how long would it usually take you to make a song, though?
Depends. If I am really worked up and I'm making like a rap song, like I'm just energetic or I'm upset or something, I could make a song quickly to the point where I dang near freestyle the whole thing. But if I'm in my feelings and I gotta cry a little bit first, shout out to Via Drakes, it's gonna take me a while because I am very, like, I second guess myself sometimes when it comes to Fifi songs, because it's like, dang, should I drop this? This dude gonna know it's about him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna think something else of it. So, yeah, I would say as far as an R&B song, it takes me maybe about 2 hours, then I gotta come back to it later, because I gotta make sure I'm sure. But as far as a rap song, I'm there quickly.
Most definitely. So that's a good transition into your actual song that we got here today, which is called Secret Identity. So could you explain to the people what was the process of making this song and like what you was going through at that moment that made you want to call it Secret Identity? Okay,
so let's get into Secret Identity. When I made that song, I'm riding a wave now where it's like I don't want to use profanity in my music at all, but I still want to make it current. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I still want to be able to pass it off to different radio stations and stuff like you guys yourself and other DJs and stuff like that too. But as far as I still want something where I'm comfortable recording it with my kids in earshot. Well, I ain't got to hide to the garage, duck out real quick, and then, yeah. So, yeah, I want something where I'm able to play at the functions, the family thing, in front of my mama, you know what I'm saying? So, Secret Identity was a song to just still express my sexy, feminine energy of womanhood, but at the same token, it brings out a little bit of my lyricism as well. So, it's just staying true to myself.
Okay. So, one more thing I want to ask before we actually get into the song, though.
Okay.
You talked a lot about your kids. So, like, how do your kids influence what you got going on as far as, like, being a CEO, being a radio personality, and being an artist all at the same time?
Okay, so I was a teenage mother. And I talk about this on my show all the time because I encourage other women, your life not over. You know what I mean? I would want better for my own kids. And, of course, I don't want my daughter to fall in that aspect of my footprint. But what happens. Your life is not over. So once I became a young mother, I had to work twice as hard to push myself to make sure I make it to where I'm at today. Like, it's real, bro. Like, back in the day, my kids used to come with me to college. Like, I had a cool professor. I'm so serious. And it's like, you really, your life not over. You got to get on your grind. And look at me now. Like, on some humble stuff, I'm a CEO of my own company. And my kids is able to sit right here where y'all at in the chairs, and I'm bringing them up. They interview other kids. I got a magazine. My kids got their own magazine coming out. I got my own website. Like, it's just dope. I'm working on my vlogs right now. Like, I'm just trying to pass the torch to my kids for a family business.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all about the family and doing what you got to do for your family. That's what I like.
Yeah.
For sure. So we gonna go ahead and get into this new song. Well, yeah, you feel me? This smash shit. You feel me? Secret Identity.
Secret identity. I got a secret identity. Secret identity. I got a secret identity. I'ma take it to the moon. Have a deep in the grass. When you deep up in the sand, you gon' feel it down. Hello, getting so good. I'm gonna that sound. When you wake back up, then it's back down south. You talking good game, let me see that mouth. You swerve at your lane, then you go miss out. I ain't never been a type to do stuff in the cloud. You better not spit, cause I never have to drive to the real with a drop in the water. Can't swim, then at least be a floater. Cause the boat ain't got enough motor. Should've told you that I was a butter. Straight out the gutter by 2 when I'm pretty. The baddest part of your city. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. I'll admit, man, it's probably just a pimp of me. Not gonna lie, I took a man cause he into me. Not gonna lie, I took a man for the irony. Feel like I got a secret identity. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. I'll admit, man, it's probably just a pimp of me. Not gonna lie, I took a man cause he into me. Not gonna lie, I took a man for the irony. Feel like I got a secret identity. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. Feeling on my thickness, like na Batman. You talk a good game, I'm for real by mine. Don't run for the trouble when you see the best sign. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. Not gonna lie, took a man cause he into me. Not gonna lie, took a man for the irony. Feel like I got a secret identity. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. I'll admit, man, it's probably just a pimp for me. Not gonna lie, took a man cause he into me. Not gonna lie, took a man for the irony. Feel like I got a secret identity. Feel like I got a secret identity. Can't see the real freak when you look at me. Now, how do you want it? How does it feel? Real life and fast ain't for real. Don't act like I'm not a big deal. Cause I'm far from the sack, I'm a meal. Hey, tell the man to put it on his bill. Cause I heard something you ain't revealed. And I heard from the bird on the curve that you really are male but still. What? Nah. You can't run, but you can't hide. Nah. Once I put you on cloud 9, see the back sign. Hey, you can run, but you can't hide. Nah. Oh, I thought that was almost a pop. I was going to tell you. See the back sign.
I got something for you. I got something for you when we come back. I got something for you.
Secret identity. I got a secret identity. Secret identity. I got a secret identity.
88.9 FM, WIIT, Chicago.
So it's Fusion Radio with Brian Stacey, YTS Keys, and my homie Ryan, man. And so I heard a couple of things in that song. I'm going to take Keith's segment from the show. I heard a couple of things during that song. One thing is, I don't know why I kept hearing through the whole song is Hot Girl Summer. Hot Girl Summer. I don't know why I kept hearing that. And then that part with the 999.
Yeah.
I don't know why I heard, like, the kid in me was like, I got some cookies, you can't have none, This what I swear that's what I heard, man. You know what I mean? And then, you was that kid back in the day. Folks be trying to do you wrong like that. But there's something else I want to do for you. You mentioned the last time you was here how the energy was crazy.
Yes.
Ryan and Keys does not know why the energy was crazy. So I was over here, of course, working my magic. And I'm going to play for them why the energy was crazy. So K-Eazy actually is an OG of Chicago hip-hop, part of the group called the Mercenaries. And then we had another OG, Cole Hard from Crucial Conflict. They both got together on a track called Already, which is a OG term for Chicago. And we'll give y'all that, man, forgot about this song. Get him in your spirit. It's Future Radio.
K-Easy. Shout out my brother K-Easy.
Boy, it feels so good, man. Spotlight them shout out. OGs in the game right there, man. K-Easy, the Mercenaries, the homie Cole Hard from the West Side. Y'all know how I feel about the West Side. Can I tell y'all my program director of the Sunday show messaged me last Sunday after hearing the show and said, man, you need to have more West Side artists on. Your energy be through the roof when you have a West Side artist on. And so I promised him that I'm going to have some more West Side artists on the show, man. Actually, we got a West Side guest co-host next week, man. That's really dope, man. Trey Glow is coming through, man. Co-host the show with us, man. He's like super geeked up about that, man. And man, what I love is we got some kids on the show next week, man. Wow. We got some shorties, man, that's coming through, show some love, man, and everything. And I'm like super excited about having some kids in here. I'm gonna make sure that I bring out the kid in me. Why y'all looking? Man, I swear at least 2 or 3 times during the show when I say so, either Keith or Ryan is looking at me like, this man.
Right.
We just be, I don't know, bro. It's the, no, it's your personality. That's what it really is.
Right. This is, and see, what people don't recognize is this really is me. It's really like, it's not like it's not like you get this on the radio and then you talk to me on the phone like, I'm bound to say some things. Like, I'm going to share this story and I promise y'all, I'm going to get back to Stardom. So I got a coworker that wants to do something that's out of his character that could potentially get him not get him some jail time, but get somebody else some jail time.
Ooh.
And so I was saying to the person that told me about it, I said, you know what you should do is, since he's draining you, according to you, you know what you should just do is just cite some gospel songs for him. When he be talking about his baby mama is getting on his nerves and all that stuff, Jesus can't work it out, work it out. I said, when she acting right, because he says she has a mental problem, when she's acting right, quote a song to him like, just wanna praise you forever and ever. Morant Brown Clark. You know what I'm saying? And then I was saying like, when he's really, really feeling like, things are going crazy. I said, man, give him your favorite song that you listen to. What is this? That's deep side. What is this? He was cracking up, bro. He said, man, how do you rattle these songs up? And then I said, you know what? I said, you wanted my interpretation as far as what's going on. I said, you know what I have to remember is, you have a wife that's a praying woman of God. Mm-hmm. I said, and he said, well, I don't never see her praying. I said, trust me, she's interceding for you, and you covered by the blood. Mm. He said, you sure about that? I said, I'm 100% sure. She's praying for you. And I said, I'm thinking of a song right now. I said, give me a second. That's going to match with that situation. And out of the blue, before he could even start talking, I said, I got it. Hold on. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. He was like, boy, how do you just have all these songs? I said, man, you got to remember, I work third shift at a gospel station. I said, I'm surrounded by gospel music all the time. I said, sometimes for somebody to sit down and read the Bible, they ain't finna do that. So I said, just pour some songs for him. It's got some scriptures in there. And he was just cracking up, laughing at me. But I said, I'm telling you, you start quoting them gospel songs for him. I said, you ain't gonna hear no calls from him at all. Because he's gonna be reminded of that he at work. Because he actually worked for the gospel station. I'm like, man, he's trying to take me back to me bored out and at the gospel station. I'll leave him alone. Sometimes you got to put stuff out there and let people know. You ain't always got to call me with some crazy stuff, trying to put me in some crazy stuff. Here goes some scriptural songs to help you with your situation.
Facts. Amen.
It's so crazy though.
What?
You just sung all them songs. You act like you can't sing or rap, bro. Like, you be playing, bro. You got it on the low key tip. You just don't want to put it out there like that.
You know what I knew? I knew that when I did that, I was going to incriminate myself, and that was going to make an argument for you to say what you just said.
Every show, you say something or say something a certain type of way. I'll be like, man, you playing. You need to get in the studio or something.
Well, I told you, man, low key, and I don't even be singing it all the way right, but that's because that's the humor in it. I told you. Remember, I was a little short. I used to sing in the choir. I had the comfort bunch. Remember, certain Sundays it was the yellow one, it was the purple one. It was the Bible. Ryan said, wait a minute. Now, Ryan, you being a clothing designer, man, I want to ask you, man, like at the age that you are, man, have you ever seen a comfort bond or have you ever heard of one?
No.
Oh, okay, see, look, he in the same boat as you.
It's an age
So
thing.
check this out. What it is it's just really a belt that wraps around your waist. That's all it is. That's really all it is. Why they got this high-tech term, I don't know why. But that's really what it is. And I'm convinced that they still make it. I really am convinced, they got different color ones and all that stuff. I don't know that anybody, going to any event, any wedding with a yellow one on. But, you know what I'm saying? In the choir, you know how they got like Fifth Sunday. The youth choir gonna sing. Y'all got to wear the yellow comfort bond.
I'm about to make one then.
Well, the last clothing designer person that we had here, Swanky, man. Swanky was saying that, man, that's something to consider, man, is to really bring that back. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is, man. It's like some of these terms they be using. I remember I was talking to somebody at the radio station, and it was like, Brian, can you help me do my podcast and everything? And I was like, well, there's two different ways to do a podcast. I said, your show that you just did about 15 minutes ago, that could be uploaded and that be a podcast. And they was like, what? It's like, it's that easy. And I was like, yeah, some of these terms they use is be intimidating, but you really can do this.
Yes.
You really can do this. But back to our regularly scheduled program is Fusion Radio. I see Casey's looking at me. Ryan's looking at me like, this dude, man. Really. Go ahead, man. What y'all got for start?
No, what I wanted to ask was like, cause I own my own business, you feel me? I own my own record label and stuff like that. So
okay.
How does it feel to actually own, you feel me, Iconic Radio, you feel me?
It's good. Like, I don't know, like even in my early days of working regular jobs, like I've always been in that manager, corporate type of position. So I already had like the people skills and I already had like the leadership quality. But just converting it over to having my own thing, it feels really good. Like I don't consider my employees. I consider them my team. You know what I'm saying? Like we just all a team working together.
Shout out your team, man. Who all on your team right now?
Shout out my team. First of all, shout out my top two. Rob, Make the World Laugh, Mayfield. Shout out to Yaya the comedian. Like they are really funny. And I think when I personally had comedians on my show as co-host, it took it to the whole nother level because they are dope and they are super funny. Like that's something that I didn't even think of. Like they just kind of came to me like, hey Star, I love the show. We've been rocking our year anniversary is coming up, matter of fact.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I just feel like that was the best decision. That was the best move ever, adding two dope comedians to the show. Like it's never dry.
I can only imagine because could you imagine like, okay, having two people that can bounce off each other and then like bounce off of what you say. I know your stomach be hurt.
It do. And then, you know, I'll be like partially funny a little bit too. Right. So, yeah, we be cracking each other up. I am hilarious.
More than partially.
I heard I should be a comedian. I should just add
than
it.
partially. Like anybody that's ever been in the room with Stardom knows that you can't be in the room with her and not laugh at least minimum. Yeah. 3 times.
Yeah.
Minimum. Seriously.
That's because she got a big personality, though.
I do. My smile is contagious. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Yes, all right. Yeah. Brian, one time, once, yeah. It's contagious. Yes.
You're contagious.
Touch me, baby. And you want to know something, though? The same way how Brian said, his personality is really like that. That's the same way here. Like, he know that. It's this 24/7.
Right. It is, man. I'm telling you, laughter is good for the soul, man, and everything, man. You know, I can't help it that I see funny things all the time that's surrounded around me that makes me, you know, present it in a certain way that it is, man. You know, I can't help it, man. You know what I'm saying? If anybody pays attention, I really listen to what people say.
Yes.
And that's what really drives a lot of, like, crazy thoughts of different things. It seems like I always have a song for something. I noticed that. I really do. I always have a song for something.
I've been peeping that too.
Orion, what's on your mind for starting?
I had a question. With you did say you were recording for like 10 plus years. Right?
Yeah.
So like with music changing over time and the different music scenes, how did you like stay like relevant with the longevity and everything?
First of all, Ryan, that is a really good question. And that is something that I struggled with for that's something I struggled with for a minute. Just trying to stay relevant and trying to update my times to other people. I like one question that you asked via Drex, and I'm sorry if I'm answering one of your questions in advance, but it's going to piggyback off of what you just asked me. Who would I like to work with? I give Trina vibes, and I hear that in my music. I hear that a lot. People say I give Trina vibes. I like how she's an OG, but she still can pop out with a song relevant. And that's something that I would like compare my style to. Like I've been doing this for a long time, but I can still come out and feature on a song or do my own song and it's still relevant and current. I listen to a lot of different music. I don't try to have anybody's specific flow. I don't think I really even know how to have somebody else's flow because of the things that they talk about and the way that rap has changed is like more fast. You know what I mean? But I just stay myself and I kind of just add my own little swag to it, and that works for me.
So
yeah.
Okay, just before we wrap it up, it is one more thing that I want to talk about. Like, with you having your own radio show, how do people reach out to you and actually get on the show? Like, go about like doing business with you?
Okay. Yeah, people reach out to me, the majority, sometimes email, but I would prefer via Facebook DM. I'm cool with Instagram too. Just hit me up in a DM. I will say this, because I said it earlier on live. Starting 2023, because let's backtrack. I interview a lot of celebrities. Some celebrities just come back, just come through for me just off of GP, but some celebrities do charge. For example, recently I interviewed Pretty Leah, Queen Glizzy G. Last year I interviewed Goldie off of Favor of Love. It's just a lot of dope names. I don't want to leave anybody out. Tyliana. It's just a lot of dope people. But some people charge. That's their brand, their business. Some people just slide through for me for free. So therefore, I am going to start charging. It's not much. I'm not trying to break the bank. It's $30 per interview. Not much at all, but I just want to put that out there before somebody hit me up. Like, look, start charge, but we going to have fun. I promise you.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so Stardom is in the building. I want to talk about, man, like you being a radio personality and just an artist or whatsoever. Like, tie these two in together. Like, what's some things that you come across that you just want to help the artist when it comes to before doing the interview that maybe they don't know that, you know, it's some key tips to, like, I guess, speed up the process.
Yes.
So that way, you know, you don't go into an interview and, you know, you don't have the proper stuff. Like, what's the thing that you come across?
Okay, number one, you know how before your performance, a lot of people have pregame? I like to have pre-show. Like, I'm going to hit you up. We're going to talk. We're going to chop it up. Is there anything you want me to say? You know, focus on, talk about. I just want you to let loose a little bit. Don't be uptight and nervous when you come on. I would suggest that artists just be themselves. Like I said, try to have more of a conversation instead of media trained. Don't make it like a robotic Q&A. Just be real. We all humans at the end of the day. Don't get starstruck by the person interviewing you. See them as a bro. You see how I came on her like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm not, yes, sir. What do you want to talk about? Like, I'm not all tough cookie. Like, don't let anyone intimidate you. Like, loosen up and just be free in your interview. And I promise you it'll be so much more doper. Yeah. I heard it. I guess I'm saying something right. Somebody just said. Yes. Real quick, I have a tip of, don't let social media get to you when it comes to likes and support. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. And when I first started out years ago, especially when Facebook first took off, it took me a long time to get to where I'm at today. I used to post something and get like 2 likes. You know what I'm saying? 50 plays or something like that. Now, every time I post something, the numbers running like you up there to the point where you get paid for it. But just stay consistent. Don't let that, you know, infuriate you to the point where you want to quit. Just focus on yourself. Nobody like it, somebody do. But love yourself.
Appreciate you for sharing that. As always, you know, it's always a joy, and like, I'm so super proud of you, you know, and everything that you do on an everyday basis. I follow the movement, you know, there's so many people that I run across it. You guys sometimes don't know that I do this, and I'm not doing this just to, you know, make me bigger than anybody, but I do pay attention to y'all movements, and I do direct people to you guys to check out what you're doing and to be a part of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We got this whole media contact list that I share with the people, you know, to reach out to you guys, man, and show you guys love on your platforms, man. It's like, well, I love, you know, sharing you with the Fusion audience. I also love sharing them with you and your audiences.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. And like you said, I do the same thing to you. I sent you an email probably like a month ago or something and told you like, hey, I referred some people over to you. Fusion was at the top of my referral list. Like, it's about all networking and coming together. And too many folks are in competition when all reality, we need to come together. That's how we grow.
Exactly. So with that said, man, our girl Stardom, man, continued success on what you're doing. And once again, a happy early anniversary for you with Iconic Radio. We got more Fusion Radio in a second with Brian Spencer, YTS Keys, and the homie Right.